This is a deck collection video for tarot and oracle. I love watching them on YouTube when I'm vegging out at night, and also really want to just sort of have a record of my collection and where I'm at now, and then maybe one day I'll look back on it. Maybe I'll never look back on it. But why not? I love watching them, so I thought I'd give it a go. So best way to start is to start. No order, chaos reigns. This is the Tantric Dakini Oracle. I've trimmed it. I've sort of edged it in an antique colour, which I saw a long time ago by I don't know who, but I use this a lot because I don't really like raw white edging unless it matches the deck. I'm still getting to learn this. I've been working with it for quite some time now, but I think this is a lifetime relationship. We're not breaking up, not now, not ever. So the only thing that may eventually break up with me in terms of this deck is the bottom border. But that's I'm not up to that yet. I still rely on that quite a bit. This has got a lot to teach. It's a fabulous grounding clarifier at the end of a read, and I kind of like I can use it sometimes if I'm limited time, but I prefer to have think time with this. I like to have time to be able to ponder, and yeah, you know, and it sort of gives me a giggle at times too. So I think there's a lot for me here, and it's not going anywhere. My newest best friend, The Goddess of Love Tarot by Gabriella Herstick. We've only just met, so I haven't played around with how I would like the deck to be. It is a little big for my hands, so I'm contemplating taking the borders off, but I haven't quite decided yet. But already, yeah, we're super duper new besties, and we've got chats to have, this deck and I. I'm not really a divination, tarot or oracle reader. I do like to pop my skepticism to the side, but you know, like I'm studying my Masters in Counselling. Carl Jung is my dead guy crush. Oh, look, that's my I Ching, which is my main divination, really. I do, you know. I'm not going to kid myself. I do get goosebumps and like freaked a little bit sometimes with some of the reads I get, and just like, oh, wow, intense. Hence the reason I love tarot so much. Goddess of Love, haven't worked much with it, but this is probably a to be continued, because when I saw this deck, I wasn't really taken by it, and I was like, yeah, I can't see the attraction. Now I have it in my hands. I'm thrilled that it lives now with me. The Local Honey Picture Box, an Oracle deck and self-love toolkit. This is amazeballs for deep work. Not a fan of the cardstock. It's slippery. The borders have stayed for now because it was, with shipping it to Australia, it was a pricey little number, and I've got this for potential client work in the future, so I kind of want to keep it as is. The artwork is beautiful. The guidebook is next level, no bullshit. If you're ready to do the work, if you're really, really ready to do the work, I can't recommend this highly enough. For example, triggers as arrows, and this talks about the importance, it talks about triggering, not just in the TikTok, modern way of talking about triggers and everyone's triggered about everything. No. This is really talking about those moments when you slamming doors around the house and you go, what the fuck? Why? What happened? No one actually said a great deal to me, but for some reason I'm behaving this way, or, like ready to curl up in a ball again, or trying to avoid again, or whatevs. The guidebook I'd read you, my intention is to sort of pop into some of the tarot tags and to do some videos on individual decks. So I do intend to do this one, do a bit of a deep dive, I think the terminology is. Read some of the guidebooks. So there's, don't try to convince people. Bloody brilliant advice. There's one that says, forgiveness through repair. I mean, I get so much out of that. I think we've all been there. Anyway, so it's called The Local Honey Picture Box by Emily Wilcox, and it's published by ursavioletstudios.com in the US. And yeah, if anything's to happen to it, I will scramble to find it again. Inner Child deck. I mean, I want everything of Paulina Cassidy. One day. When I was a kid, I loved swap cards. They were a thing. I had a lot of older teenagers who used to love swap cards too, and they gave me some of theirs. And my favourite aesthetic was Holly Hobby and some of the other sort of detailed pastel drawings. Love. This is such an inner child deck for me. Takes me right back to that little girl. And while I'm not, like the guidebook's excellent, I don't remember the character's name for this. Oh, Joie de Vivre by Paulina Cassidy. Yeah. Edged. Got it right. It actually is a brilliant reader. Like, it reads really well and it tells me what I need to know. And I believe Lisa Pepez did a inner child tarot spread that I just adore for this deck specifically. And yeah, this will not go anywhere for me. This just takes me straight into my childhood imaginings. So do a lot of the fairy decks, to be honest. But this specifically, out of every sort of youthful deck that I've seen on YouTube, this is mine. And I've got an oracle, which I will be skipping all over the place. That's how I roll. My creative brain doesn't stay in one place much. The oracle that I love, I'm just trying to remember what it's called. I believe it's Wisdom of the Wild. Oh, hang on. Wisdom of the Wild Things oracle by Eva Beneva and written by Angie Solins. I don't read the guidebook. I think it's still in the box, which is stored away. But this and Joie de Vivre are like a pairing for me that tells me the truth and loves me to bits. Conjure the Magic, Strength, and the Knight of Coins. Look at that guy. Fantastical creatures. This guy reminds me of a little chihuahua. Navigate with Flow, Six of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So both of these are my primary go-tos when I feel that a need to have a little chat with little old me. I got one. So thrilled to see this come back up on Kickstarter. I'm not really a Kickstarter fan. I got burnt in the past in terms of taking way too long. Girls impatient. I want when I want. But I do love to support people. I'm just, working through it. What can I say that hasn't already been said about the Reclaim Oracle? This is also a tool that I'll be bringing into the therapy room or online therapy. I currently work with adolescents and in a school, so I can't take these kind of resources in because, shit goes missing. What can I say? And, as I develop my business, which is slowly going to take form, I'll be bringing my decks into my therapy room for sure. Or online. I'll probably do a lot of online work as well. I'm also going to apologise for the state of my hands. I have a history in horticulture, and I totally fucked my fingers from, scooping soil and not wearing gloves, or just being, I could spend 3 hours walking around looking for one glove because I'm that girl. I just put shit down and I don't know where I've left it. I lose a lot of tools. Not apologising. Not, that's how I am. Don't need to fix it. Just accept it. But I'll also be bringing my plants back into my world. I had a nursery for quite a number of years. I started off with Australian natives and then moved location to a smaller location and moved to doing herbs and vegetable seedlings, heirloom, as, plants in a pot to sell, and gardening, of course. And I'll be doing that. So maybe I can do this on my channel as well. Who knows? I'm not usually comfortable with this sort of thing. Soul cards, one, get one. I just think if you're ready to explore your intuition, I want soul cards too. I want them all. Let's go. I've given in to being a tarot card collector for use. I don't think I'll be someone who has them just tucked away because they're rare and precious and stuff. I want to get them out and use them. Life is short. Life is also long, and I want to enjoy it and relish and, get right in and cuddle up and explore with these decks and everything that they've got to say. Because, to be honest, I find they've got more reliable wisdom in some ways than some people. And when you're a introvert and very deep reflective introvert, some of the things just can't be shared with many people. And some of those real gems of humans, they're kind of people that you may not see in person for a long time because you're so uniquely different. Oh, well, you're similar but different. So therefore, when you come together, it's just beautiful and wonderful. But it's not sort of just down the road to have a cuppa. Anyway, I digress. Soul cards. Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth. I really love this deck. I like her writing in here. I use her book, not as much as I just use the cards, as, Mike clarifies, for another little stack of decks that I have kind of seen This one bugs me for some reason. The aesthetic just seems to, I don't know, feel a bit disjointed. I love the card, but I don't know. Bleh. I use this with some of Chris Ann's decks, and well, most often the Curious Creatures, and I really enjoy Chris Ann's decks. She's got shit for me for healing shit from, that kind of late teen, early 20s party festival. Everybody's, super into being super interesting and stuff time of life, and there's shit in there that needs healing, and I think Chris Ann's decks are actually perfect for that for me. So I use the Animal Apothecary often as a little cheeky clarifier in that. So I'll whiz through these. This is the Lightseers, one of my favourites for, like I was just saying, working through stuff that from that sort of early to mid 20s, late teens time. I think she's done a beautiful job. I think there's a lot to this, and yeah, it's mass market, and yeah, it's highly recognizable, but I think it's incredibly accessible, and so many people gravitate towards it, so it's got something to offer. It's like pop music. Like, I love all sorts of music, but I'm not just going to say I don't listen to pop music because it's mass market, and, some of it like I could pour oil in my ears, but some of it's fucking awesome. This is a cool card deck. Tarot of Curious Creatures. And not only is it cool, despite me not being a fan of anthropomorphization of animals, I get really good reads out of this. I actually feel, like, oh, cool, and get on with my day a bit. Like, does that make sense? Probably not, only to me. But I think this is a wise little deck. I think it reads awesome. I don't need a dark aesthetic all the time, and I'm still developing my collection, but I do reach for this often. And sometimes I use it just to hold and shuffle and contemplate, and then just flick out 3 cards and feel satisfied each time. And so I got this the other day, curious about it. It was one of those impulse buys. And again, I'm not quite sure where it's going to fit, but I do feel like it's going to have that place which is more of that conversational, just down the road for a cuppa kind of friend. This might hit a little bit later 20s, maybe early 30s shit. I'm like now biologically about to hit 53. I decided that 50 was the most mature I'm getting, and therefore I'm going to go backwards. It's quite a theory, all right? Hear me out. So through my biological 50s, it'll be me going back through my 40s and exploring shit that I wish I may have done, or I didn't quite clean up, or I wish, whatever, in my 40s. Then when I hit my 60s, I'll be looking at my 30s. Then when in my 70s, I'll be looking at my 20s. And then when in my 80s, I'll be a fucking teenager again. Look out. I'll be the granny at the rave. Yeah. Anyway, Muse Tarot. Not a fan of the Kings or the Muses cards being... Is that landscape? I can't remember which way is which, but yeah, not a fan of that, but I'll live with it. Okay, I think I'll just do one more for this video. Hieronymus Bosch Tarot by Travis McHenry. Not a tarot for me. Not even close to a tarot for me. The artwork of Hieronymus Bosch, like, cracks me up, creeps me out, makes me contemplate. And I love it as an oracle deck. I have no interest in trying to learn the, oh, look, if you know, you know. I'm sure there's 1,000 videos on Hieronymus Bosch's tarot and the system and whatever that he's created, but I love this. So, Baron of Books, which means nothing to me really. Sexual indiscretions, adultery, misuse of power. And we've got a pig in a nun's habit. Oh, man, can I do stuff with that? These are just brilliant. I love this. I've got an art. Actually, I'll bring it out in a minute. One more. Sort of zoning in on elements of artwork is a really great idea. Schemes business, success by cheating. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really love it. As I actually often use it as a clarifier for Deviant Moon. I think they have a similar take on things. So, yeah, I'll just bring that out and then I'll be done for this one. There's going to be a few because I've got a bit of stuff. So, Deviant Moon, get it. Work. I hear it. I've seen quite a number of people go, no, can't do it. So it's fair enough. Don't get it if that's for you. I trimmed it and did a really shit job. I edged it and did a really shit job, but I kind of like it. Like, it shuffles like shit, so I just have to do overhand. But it's sort of neat. I feel that it looking a bit battered is pretty cool. I will probably get another copy of this, and I see some of the other Patrick Valenza decks. I think he's someone that I will probably get most things of over time. Yeah, I love this deck. It's not an everyday deck for me, but it can be for a short period of time when I'm feeling it. And yeah, so then sometimes I'll bring in Hieronymus Bosch to, spice up the conversation. So that's the Deviant Moon. And like I said, I'm all over the place. I'm just going to sneak one more in. Just one, Cole. Just one. Just got it. I have not really worked with it, but I'm wondering about it with Hieronymus Bosch, so I kind of want to play while I've got it. This is the Lacrimosa Tarot by Rose Bay. If anything, I desperately want a copy of her, is it the Sistine Tarot? Devo. Then I missed that one. Yeah, same dealio that I kind of found, but I just want to have a look at this. Oh yeah, we're going there. This is something I might play with this a bit later. I'm supposed to be studying. I'm supposed to be writing an essay on mental health. Yeah, this, like, Five of Swords, what a cool take on that. And I really like the Magician. I have only, I've flicked out a few cards, but I haven't had the time or opportunity to work with it, like give it the time that it needs. I need to think about it. Hang on. Here we go. The Magician. Oh, that's got me. Like, I want to do some writing. And also, I like this one too, the Seven of Swords. I mean, I like them all, don't get me wrong, but remove your mask. Okay, so now I'm going to pack these up and see if I ever upload this and, yeah, maybe continue. Okay, thanks for watching.